Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carole at Big Cat Rescue, and I am prepared to go slogging through the mud to see if I can find some cats who are staying dry. And I'm slapping mosquitoes. There's one of the 3 o'clock tours. Oh, geez. Oh. This is really, really wet. Good news is the caracal is up nice and dry, and I'm going to stay back here, I guess, since the tour is over there. I can hear that intern from here, and they're supposed to be using the Fox system. They're not supposed to be talking, so that's got me a little agitated. No, we did not put Nikita in a zoo. Oh, geez, that's why we don't want them talking. They just make crap up. So you can see in between Chaos's cage and Cyrus's cage that it's all underwater, but the cages themselves have plenty of dry spots. Just have to figure out where Mr. Cyrus is. Are you in? There he is. Hi. He can barely see you back there. Are you coming out? You can come see this tour? That would be lovely. I am doing just fine. Thank you for asking. Tonight is our volunteer appreciation party. It's going to be at the beach. It's going to be a lot of fun. We now have an entire group, a committee, that is dedicated to volunteer appreciation projects, and their mission is to plan all of our parties, and so this is supposed to be a really fun one at the beach. There's going to be food and drinks and games and hopefully dry sand because it's been raining all afternoon. And in other great news, the grand opening for the Westfield Mall and Plantation is going to be August the 10th. This August the 10th at 10 a.m. That's going to be Saturday. Yep, I'll head out and see if I can see some of the bigger cats. It's just one of the first ones that I saw as I was coming in the back way. Hold tight. You can see the water's just running across the road here. These are the cages that we have ready for the tigers that are coming from Guatemala. And we were hoping that they'd come in August, and now it's looking like it could back up to September, because even though we got all of our permits ready, the Guatemalan government has to get all of theirs ready, and that's now taking longer than it should, because everything takes longer than it should. I'm trying to wash some of the crud out of my shoe here, sorry. think I see a tiger paw. So it's kind of whispering back there, but the grand opening will be at the Broward Westfield Shopping Center. That's at 8000 West Broward Boulevard in Plantation, Florida, on Saturday, August the 10th. So not tomorrow, but next Saturday. All right, I thought I saw a tiger. Where did I see a tiger? There I see a sleepy tiger. Hi, Keisha. Is he sleeping? Sleeping in the den. Trying to look through 2 layers of wire here. And it's wanting to focus on the bright spot behind her. So sleepy. No, just like old times, eh? Yeah. Luana said that you guys really wanted me to come back out here and do more of these. And I'm always happy to do them when I can. It's just been so bloody busy and rainy. I always ask the keepers to let me know when they're going out to do evening meds and snacks, because at least if it's pouring down rain, I can ride in the golf cart with them and you guys can have a chat with the keepers along the way. But they never tell me when they're going out. Almost never. There's Kali back here. Oh, Jesus, what'd you do? Sounds like they hit a barricade. Hi! Hey, Pumpkin! There she is. Miss Kali. Make sure I'm not blocking anybody's view here. Thank you. We just got some additional press on the Augmented Reality Zoo, AR Zoo, in Tampa. The first ever Augmented Reality Zoo to open in the world. Opened in Citrus Park. We'd opened it in March of this year, and it was so well received, and we got such great press that Westfield offered us a space, a really fantastic space in their Plantation Shopping Center. It's right on the center court where all the food is and everything, so it's just perfect placement. And it's a bigger space, and it's got more open to the mall, so as people are going by, they can see like the whole space at one time. They don't even have to come in to kind of get an overview of what it is. So I know sometimes people are kind of afraid to go into a place when they don't know what it is, and this way they will be able to see right away how cool it is, and hopefully a bunch of people will come in down there. If you live in that area, we'd love to have you come for the grand opening, and we're also looking for people who can go and help us restock. I can keep a lot of magazines and brochures and flyers down there in the cabinets, but as they come off the racks, I need somebody that can fill the racks back up once or twice a week. And I know Luana and Holly have been talking to 4 people who live down there that are willing to do that. And one of them said she'll even help man the space, which is great because I just can't afford to pay another person to be manning that space down there. We don't generate any money from that, so it's not enough to pay for somebody's salary. But if you live in that area and are willing to help, please reach out to Luana or Holly. You guys know how to reach them if you're one of our Facebook fans. And they can get you on the list of people who can help with that. So you can see, even though the keepers are having to slog around in the mud, the areas where the cats are fed are dry. They got plenty of dry space in their enclosures as well. They got some standing water, of course, because it just got through raining, but it dissipates pretty quickly. And I can hear pumps in the background that are moving water away from the cats, so that's all good. Little Flint needs to get some sunshine, so he has a window to the outside in the Bobcat Rehab Hospital, but he needs more sunshine. So today Jamie wanted to take his entire cage outside, and gosh, they're still over there by my bike. I'd like to go get my bike back, but I don't want to walk up into the middle of the tour. So there was like a pile of construction material next to the Bobcat Rehab Hospital, and they had to put his cage up on top of that pile so they could get some sunshine but not be standing in water. It's crazy, just crazy. Ooh, are you doing meds?
No, I'm actually going to try to keep Sapphire.
Oh, I'll follow you.
Oh, you want to come?
Sure.
See
I
how
can't
it
get
goes?
my bike back. It's in the middle of a tour over there.
I don't know how you get your bike through this today.
And you are wearing your sneakers out here in this?
No, these are my work boots that are no longer waterproof. I just realized that. So.
I'm wearing plastic shoes so that it doesn't do any damage.
Yeah, my feet are pretty soaked, but that's okay.
I have boots, but I'm wearing shorts and I didn't bring high socks.
Oh,
And those will just rub cuts right into you.
yeah.
You know that, I'm sure,
I
from...
pulled out my other boots from the trunk of my car, so I think I'm going to have to wear those tomorrow because I don't think these will dry by then. Hi. I can't believe how high the lake is.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. And you don't realize how high it is unless you step into it, and you're like over your waist by the time you get to those plants out there.
I don't remember it ever being this high. Hi.
It was once higher, but that was really, really bad.
There's a pretty girl sleeping.
She always looks like she's smiling.
She is. Alright, where is she?
Did she not eat her breakfast, or is she on 2 meals a day?
No, well, actually, she did really well this morning, but she got used to the 2 meals a day while on meds, and we're trying to get her used to just 1 meal a day again.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
It's like, this is much more fun.
Yeah. She actually ate 8 pounds this morning, but we're trying to, I guess she gets 12, so.
She's a big girl.
About 4 more. We can find her.
If anybody sees Sapphire, let us know. I see her head in the den.
Oh, in the den.
The big den back there.
Okay. Well, let's hope she comes out because I don't have a long stick. She tends to like the tongs. I'm going to Sapphire, thank you.
Galia, all of our animal care is done by volunteers. We don't pay people to take care of cats because people will do that work for free. Sue is working for free. The only paid jobs are things people hate to do, like administrative work. Hi, are you going to come eat? Yeah, there's some food for you. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Oh, Sue's got some yummies for you. Sue's got yummies. Her favorite is food. Sure, I guess. Oh, don't spray me. Sue was just explaining to me she had been sick a while back, so she was on 2 meals a day, and now she's eating plenty in the morning, but she is still wanting to get fed twice a day, so they're trying to wean her off of this evening meal. If it was up to them, they'd eat all day. It's more civilized.
If you can hear her, that's actually her chuffing. That's kind of a tiger's way of saying hello to you. So this is Sapphire. She's a white tiger. She came here with Jasmine. She's part of our witness protection cats. White tigers are actually not found very often in the wild. They're not even a real species. They're a product of inbreeding. So I'll play a little story about white tigers for you.
You're not being fussy.
Alright, that's 12 pounds today.
Woohoo! Nice work.
She could probably eat more. Here, girl.
I'll walk from here. You don't need to wait on me. Going back to bed?
Does anyone have any questions about Sapphire or white tigers in general? So, like it said in the story, a lot of white tigers suffer genetic defects due to the inbreeding. If we look at Sapphire's face, she is severely cross-eyed. Another thing I want to mention is that Sapphire would simply be called a throwaway tiger. Her coat is not entirely white, it's a little bit of a dirty white. Her stripes are brown and not black. Her eyes are gray, not blue, and she is severely cross-eyed. That makes her not the perfect white tiger. A lot of people that breed these white tigers, they're looking for the perfect white tiger. They would sell her in private ownership, sell her to a circus, or possibly sell her to hand hunting, where it's not just small. With hand hunting, they put them in a small space, large enough for them to roam, but not really large enough for them to have in the wild in a cage. Every day they drive through with a drum that grows rings of food, and the tigers literally go to that drum every day to get fed. One day that truck comes by with a man with a gun on it, and that tiger gets shot. And absolutely no forfeit is absolutely due to the tiger. So luckily, Jasmine was sold into private ownership, which ended with her here at our sanctuary. We didn't have to pay any of that. But there are a lot of white tigers who look like her, not perfect. We don't know what happened to them. The flex thing we're a lot more, that we're better than everyone, and that we're more involved, and that we don't do these cool stuff. But the truth is, the U.S. has a lot of
Thank you. Ooh, I got rocks in my shoes. Also, if you guys remember, it's probably been like 3 or 4 weeks ago now that we moved Priya over into that 2-acre enclosure where she can go down and swim in Tiger Lake. And the day that we moved her, we had such a hard time moving the transport cage because it was muddy and it was rough terrain, and we were trying to load her up from an area that we don't usually load from. That poor cat is like up to its belly in water. Good thing it's made out of concrete. It's not going to rot sitting there. Let's see if I can swish off my feet a bit. Anyway, I really wrenched my hip, and so it's been hard for the last 3 or 4 weeks to even walk. It just feels like it's coming in and out of the socket all the time, but I'm sure it's just a muscle thing. If it were coming out of the socket, I'm sure it'd be screaming in more pain than I'm in now. But it's another reason why I just have not felt like coming out here and walking. I don't feel steady enough. Sweet Jasmine. When I said she always looks like she's smiling, I hope I can show you her little face when she's laying on her back like that. Her stripes around her mouth make her look like she's smiling. It will heal in time. This gets kind of treacherous back here because the lake is up so high, you can see there's hardly any room for the keepers to walk where they're not right up against the side of the cage. So they're having to shut doors on the cages so that they can go safely up to the areas where it's so flooded without the cats being able to reach out and get them. It just makes everything a lot harder here when the weather doesn't cooperate. And yeah, I know I'm the same person who was 6 months ago whining about how everything was so dry and the grass was crunching under my feet. And I just can't be happy, can I? There's my bike. Apologize for this long walk with no cats. Or no cats visible anyway. You can see there from a distance how the water's literally running across the road. And the way our property goes is from the north, which is way up here, up there is north. It flows, the water flows at ground level this way, down to the south and the west. So it goes through that swamp, which holds a lot of water. That's what swamps are great for. And then out to the vacation rotation enclosure, which has got a lot of water in it right now. And there's an area behind the vacation rotation that holds a ton of water, thankfully, that does not have cats living in it. And then there's another area right behind those cages over there that's also a huge area that can stockpile water. But I'm thinking we need to dredge those out. I don't know what kind of civil engineer and permits we'd need to do that. Sounds like it's going to be a big deal. Just because it's outside of our ability to do. If you guys are noticing, some of the people in the chat here have different designations that say top fan and top supporter or supporter. The top fans, the way you get that designation is through Facebook. They're looking at how many times do you comment and share and like our stuff, and they know that the people who are doing that the most must be our top fans. So if you want that top fan designation with that beautiful diamond I think that it comes with, then that's how you get it, is by sharing and liking and commenting and doing that anytime you see our posts, or especially when you see us going live. What Victor's working on right there with our mechanical bobcat, which nearly got drowned the other day trying to deal with some of the water issues, kind of fell in the lake. He's working on the tiger ponds for the tigers that are coming from Guatemala, so that they'll have ponds like our cats who live on the side of the lake do. And it was a huge project because we had to bring water via pumps up from the lake to fill the pools, and then a system to recycle it back down to the water. I see Sundari's keeping court back there. Sundari leopard. Hi, teacher. Hey, handsome. Yes. I know. It wouldn't be a walkabout without you having something to say about it. The other designation you might be seeing is supporter, and that is a new thing because an awful lot of the time, and this is part of why I'm doing this live, because Lawana thinks that people used to watch my lives more than they're watching Brittany's lives, and not, any... Brittany does a fabulous job, and I love her lives, and I really don't think that's the case. I think what it is, and, all Lawana's got to go on are the stats, which do show a huge decrease over the past few months. But I think what's happening is that Facebook's just showing all of our lives a whole lot less. And they're doing that with brands in general, that they're making it so hard for us to reach anybody and forcing us to pay for ads to be able to reach the people who have already said they want to see everything that we post. So I'm doing some tests to see whether or not people really watch my lives more. I don't think that's going to be the case. Or if it is just Facebook not showing them to people, and that it's down no matter who's doing it. But at any rate, one of the things that Facebook came up with as a fundraising tool was to charge people, and you could charge them whatever amount you wanted. We chose the cheapest thing that we could choose, which was 99 cents a month. And people who sign up for that 99 cents a month become our supporters. That's the designation that you see that says supporter or top supporter. And they get access to extra videos and photos, mostly videos, a lot of keeper stuff, interactive stuff with the keepers, and in exchange for being one of our supporters. And we figured if Facebook's doing this and they're charging people, then they're actually going to show those posts that people are asking to see. And so that's why we started doing it, because we were trying to figure out some way that we could get our videos in front of you guys and not have Facebook throttle them back or hide them from you. And so we feel like the supporter way is the way to go, because everybody who's on that is saying that they're getting the posts that we post and that we tag for supporters. So if you can afford 99 cents a month, that's only $12 a year. That could really help the cats out here a lot. I think there's like 900 people doing it now. And so $900 a month being generated for the cats is a lot. And if it helps you guys actually see all of the great cat videos and stuff that we post, then it's a win-win for everybody. So if you haven't signed up yet, please do that. And if you have signed up, let everybody here know how terrific all of those extra keeper videos are. This is Hutch, by the way. A lot of times people ask if the cats get freaked out by noise of machinery. And as you can see, it doesn't seem to affect them much at all. Oh, look who's up there. Oh. Is it Sweet Artemis? Say rah? She's like, I'm not going to say rah to you. Your supporter badge is gone. How could that be? I see Edith still has her supporter badge. Yes, I'm sorry, Chris. I should have made that clear. Facebook does give us the funds. And right now, they don't take anything out of it. They don't charge any credit card processing fees. So it's a great way to get the funds to the cats, because almost any way that you donate, there's going to be some kind of processing fee, whether it's a bank processing fee or a PayPal fee or a credit card fee. And right now, Facebook's not charging any of that. So 100% of it is going to the cats. But Facebook did say, there was a caveat, that they reserve the right at some point in time to take some portion of it. And when we find out that that's happening, we will certainly let you guys know, and we'll reevaluate the system at that point in time. We're just desperate to be able to reach the people who say they actually want to see this stuff. Barbara, they hooked us on the crack. The crack of great exposure and organic exposure and being able to reach everybody, and man, we all just loved it so much. And then they started saying, well, if you want to keep doing that, now you got to start paying. And we do pay for a lot of ads to make sure that you guys are still seeing us, but we'd like to have as much of the money go to the cats as possible, so that we're not paying a whole bunch of ad fees. So we're trying everything possible. This section's kind of empty right now. The cages on the left are Zukari, and he is currently in funcation. Zimba, who's usually on the right, is in the cat hospital. He got very overheated the other day. We don't know if he had a seizure, then was like, got himself stuck out in the sun. Sometimes that happens with older cats. But anyway, he's been in the hospital doing great now that he's cooled down. Ginger's still in there with her broken leg. I think Sheena might still be in there too. I don't see Gilligan. Lynx are not real big on getting their paws wet, so he might be up there in his... Oh, nope, there he is. Hi! Hey! Aren't you beautiful? Yeah. See if we can get an unobstructed view of this gorgeous cat. This is Gilligan. He's a Canada lynx. He was rescued from a facility in Kansas where all of the cats there had names from Gilligan's Island. There was Gilligan, Skipper, Marianne, Ginger, everybody but Thurston and Lovey. So it was everybody but the professor. Yeah, there was no professor. Hi. I don't want to disturb you. I just want to see you. Would you allow that? You're going to hide your face behind that one little fern. You can't see me if I'm behind this fern. You keeping those feet dry? The tickets for Walkabout, we still have some. Last year, because we had, I can't get a good look at him because of that leaf. Last year we had, I think, 600 people, and this year we're allowing, I think, 750 people come to the Walkabout, and that's the first weekend, the first Saturday in November. Leaf is right in your eyes. Right in your eyes. So the check-in list, when people would come to the gate to get in, we'd have this one long, huge spreadsheet that was 600 people long, and that was just way too long to search for somebody's ticket. And so this year we decided to break it into 3 different lists. And so the first list is completely sold out. The second list, I think, is about halfway sold out. And I just put a link to the third list, which has hardly any tickets sold off of it yet, so that they'll all fill up. So if you go there and for any reason you can't get a ticket, do let us know. And it could be just that we need to switch out the list. But last year we sold out for the November event. We sold out in August, and here we are in August. So if you haven't bought your ticket yet, you sure want to do it now. And the hotel right next door to us, the Marriott, if you go to bigcatrescue.org/safari, safari-days, DAYS, you'll find the tickets, and you'll find all the information about the event. It's the only event of the year where we let people just wander around. which scares the bejesus out of us, but we do it one day a year. And then the Courtyard Marriott, right outside our front gate, they hold rooms at a special low rate for people who are coming to the Walkabout, but they sell out of those really fast too. So you want to be sure that when you buy your tickets, you go get your room set up at the Marriott if you want to be right next door to us, where you can hear the lions and tigers roaring, and you can just walk to the event, not have to drive. There are a lot of people here today, which is great. It's been raining so much, I've been really worried about revenue. I'm so glad that we glassed in the kitten cabana, although I was not anticipating the fact that when it's really steamy, like hot out here and cold in there, it's going to be hard for people to see in those windows. Hello! We had glassed it in because it rained so much that it would make the room really wet, and we'd have to put the kittens away. Or during the summer it's too hot, and in the winter it's too cold, and so we just decided to bite the bullet, glass it in, and put air conditioning and heating in there. And the kittens love it. So do the keepers. It's always nice conditions in there. Julie, I'm glad you got your tickets and that you're all set up at the Courtyard. Hi, Kali. This is Kali. You guys saw her earlier in her den. Now she's out. Looks like from her lip licking, she must have just gotten some evening meds and snacks from Devin. You thinking maybe a bath and back to bed? That'll be fun. You will love it. All right, everybody. I'm going to try and beat the rain home. It was wonderful spending some time with you today. And yes, for those who want to become supporters, the way you do that is go to facebook.com/bigcatrescue. And at the top of our page is a big blue button that says supporter or be a supporter, something like that. Just click that and it'll get you all set up, and you'll be helping to provide the food for wonderful cats like Kali and all the cats out here. And that'll be greatly appreciated, and hopefully you'll get to see more of our photos and videos in your feed. Thank you, everybody who's been answering questions. I haven't been able to look at the screen much because keep myself from getting sucked into the muck and swatting at mosquitoes. What was that? What was that? All right, good night.